Most importantly, the audio is on. And to our right, we can see the question. This is question 1 or question 28. It's integral calculus, double integral. And you'll see it in a moment. I have this over here this is currently a question without an answer. You will get an answer. The answer is 4, but we'll get into the work. The work is more important. And then between that, I want to at least give a 1 to 10 time to digest the question and to give me time to pause it. And then the answer, relist the rules and the other questions that have been done. None have been done right now, but so this is a start. I'm going to pause it and we'll start on the question. So the answer is 4. The reason why it's 4 is more important. So we're going to move this to get time. Alright, so since it says R first, 0 on the bottom, and 2, I'm just going to write down the Y for right now because it's always important. And then we get rid of this A. And that is just X, Y. And that tells us the order right now. So I wrote these out to make sure that we have the order. So when we're just on the Y, YX, the antiderivative of that is just YX. And then if we go to the second one, which is the antiderivative of X, Y to -2, we treat the Y as a constant, as like a number. We ignore it, but the derivative of X is, as you can see, 1/2 X to the power 2, and we just bring the constant over, and that all together, it's this. So all together, it's 2, 0. We just moved it from over here to over here, and I'm going to start the first. So we have to make 2 of these. I can't make this. But there, I already filled in the X with the 2, substituted the 2 into the X, so it's just 2Y plus, and then you follow append as 2 to the 2 power is 4. 4 divided by 1/2 is 2. So we're just gonna move this here. So we get this. Now when we go over to YX plus 1/2 X to the power 2, Y to -2, we have to use 0, and 0, like, times anything is 0, so we can just write 0 and then kind of forget about it. And this is, the X is done. So right now we're at antiderivative 1, 2, 2y plus 2y to -2 power, parentheses dy. We don't need to include the 0 because it's not really needed. And then as we did with the x, we start with the derivatives. 2y will be just y to 2 power plus. Now this one is where I have a problem. And I'll pause.
What about the dogs night district?
So you can see that the integral of 2y equals, you take the number over the integral, so it's 2 integral y, the the integral of y is to the power of 1, so it's 1/2 y to the power 2. You bring the 2 forward, and then that becomes 1, so it's 1 to the power 1 y to the power of 2. So for the 2 to the y to negative 2 power, when you do an antiderivative or integrate it, you bring out the 2 first, then you have y to negative 2 power, and you have the 2 outside, so it becomes y to negative 1 power, which is just 1 over y, and then you bring back the 2, so you get a 2 over y. I mean negative 2 over y. Don't forget the negative. So there's the equation y to 2 to the second power minus 2 over y. And we have to use 2 and 1 as the substitutes. Again, set it up so you have where you want the 2 and the 1 to go. Just gonna put it over here. So 2 to 2 power is 4, and then 2 over 2 is just minus 1. This is just telling what the substitute is going in, so ignore it. And then we go to 1. Well, 1 to 1 power is 1. 2 over 1 is just minus 2. I can get this. So this is just 3 minus negative 1, which will then be equal to 4. Positive 4.